You can buy a $200,000 sport fishing boat for less than a Ford F-150. Not a junker, not a parts donor, a real, running, offshore-capable fishing machine that somebody was making payments on until the day they stopped. Right now, today, there are Sportfishers sitting in marine liquidation yards across Florida, Texas, and the Carolinas, waiting to sell to whoever bothers to show up. And almost nobody does. Here is the part that should make you stop and listen. The auto repossession market hit 1.73 million vehicles in 2024, a 16% jump from the year before. Marine finance experts say their market is tracking the same pattern and may be more exposed because when someone has to choose between the mortgage and the boat payment, the boat loses every single time. The National Marine Lenders Association confirmed delinquencies ticked up in 2022 and 2023 and kept climbing. One marine industry broker with 10 years in the business put it plainly, in his entire career, he had never seen repossession activity at this rate. That inventory has to go somewhere. It goes to auction. At auction, it sells for what the room will pay on the day it sells, and the room is almost always small. So let's talk about why Sportfishers specifically. Because this isn't random, and the numbers are genuinely shocking if you've been shopping the retail market. A used express Sportfisher in decent condition from a yacht broker starts around $100,000 for a smaller, older coastal model. A clean 35 to 40 foot convertible from a respected builder like Viking, Hatteras, or Bertram routinely lists between $150,000 and $300,000. A center console of that same size and capability from a builder like Contender or Yellowfin or Grady White runs similar numbers. The retail sport fishing market isn't a budget segment. These are serious boats with serious price tags, and for the right buyer, they represent a real, documented, repeatable loophole that most people driving past the marina have never heard of. This loophole isn't one website or one secret channel. It's a pipeline with 3 distinct streams, and each one works differently. Understanding the difference is what separates the buyers who win from the buyers who get burned. Stream 1, Bank Repossession Liquidators. This is the most organized and the most accessible entry point. When somebody defaults on a boat loan, the lender does not want the boat. A bank has no use for a 40-foot Sportfisher, so they hand it to a specialist liquidator whose only job is to convert it back into cash, fast. The biggest name in this space is National Liquidators in Fort Lauderdale. That company has handled over 40,000 vessels since 1988, including bank repossessions, foreclosures, and government-seized boats. They operate on a sealed bid system, and they require buyers to speak with one of their brokers before submitting an offer so both sides know what they are getting into. They allow inspections, they facilitate sea trials for a $500 fee, and they actively encourage buyers to bring their own surveyor. They list inventory openly on their website. The other major name is Cranky Ape, an online auction platform that moves bank repossessed and insurance damaged boats out of warehouse locations in Minnesota, Texas, Arizona, Indiana, Georgia, and New York. The inventory rotates constantly and updates with new auctions regularly. The pricing logic on repos is simple. The bank wants its loan balance back, not the boat's full retail value. It is not in the business of holding marine inventory. A Sportfisher that listed at $200,000 through a broker goes to a liquidator and sells for whatever the highest bid is on the day. The room at these auctions is almost never full because most people do not know these auctions exist, and the ones who do often do not know how to bid correctly. But here's the catch with repos, and it is the one that costs beginners real money. Remember this phrase, the death spiral of deferred maintenance. Think about the psychology. An owner who knows the bank is coming for the boat stops spending money on it months before it is seized. No oil changes, no bottom paint, no impeller replacements, no raw water strainer service. The boat gets run hard, and nothing gets fixed. So a repo Sportfisher is not simply $200,000 discounted to $50,000. It is a boat with an unknown engine history, a possible deferred maintenance bill, and no warranty, sold as is, where is, with all faults. The discount is your payment for absorbing that risk. Which brings us to the math. Stream 2. Marine auction platforms. Beyond the specialist liquidators, there is a growing category of general marine auction platforms where banks, credit unions, and private lenders list repossessed inventory directly. RepoFinder aggregates listings from financial institutions across the country so buyers can search without visiting dozens of individual bank asset pages. These direct lender listings sometimes get less competition than the bigger liquidation yards because they are harder to find without knowing where to look. The pattern experienced buyers describe consistently is the same. A bank lists a repo at its outstanding loan balance, which is often well below the retail ask on an identical boat at a brokerage 2 docks over. Same boat, different seller, different price, and almost always fewer bidders. Stream 3, the direct bank channel, the least known and least competitive. Some banks never send their repos to a liquidator at all. They list them quietly through their own asset management departments, sometimes on their own website, sometimes through a single broker relationship, and the inventory never makes it to the public auction sites. Calling the marine lending departments at regional banks in coastal states, Truist, Regions, TD Bank, and local credit unions with marine portfolios, and asking directly whether they have repossessed marine inventory, has turned up deals that never appeared anywhere online. This takes patience and repetition. Most calls get a no, but the calls that get a yes lead to conversations with no competing bidders at all. If this is changing how you see the market, hit subscribe before we go further. So here is how a real purchase actually goes down. Step 1 is finding the inventory. National Liquidators and Cranky Ape are the practical front door. Register on both, set up alerts for the size, type, and price range you are looking for, and check them daily. Sportfishers at the price points. This video is about move fast when they are priced right, sometimes within days. For direct bank inventory, build a call list of the marine lending departments at 10 to 15 coastal banks and credit unions and call them monthly. Step 2 is the inspection, non-negotiable. Every one of these auctions offers a preview window. National Liquidators facilitates inspections by appointment. Cranky Ape has yard access at its locations. You go in person with a flashlight, a moisture meter, and someone who knows diesel engines. If you cannot physically inspect the boat or send a qualified person to do it, you are not buying a boat. You are buying a photograph. Step 3 is the bid math. Here is the formula experienced buyers use. Take the fair market value of the boat in good condition, what it would sell for through a broker on a normal day. Subtract the full estimated cost of a repower if both engines need replacement, which on a twin diesel Sportfisher can run $40,000 to $60,000 or more. Take what's left, divide by 2. That is your maximum bid, not your starting point, your ceiling. So, if a Sportfisher is worth $200,000 clean and a repower costs $50,000, you're looking at $150,000 divided by 2, $75,000 maximum. And ideally you want to come in well under that. This is exactly how a $50,000 bid on a $200,000 boat is not clickbait. It's the correct price for the risk you're absorbing. And now the part most of these videos skip entirely, because it is the part that turns a bargain into a financial sinkhole. The purchase price is not the price. The real cost is what experienced offshore anglers call the all-in number, the auction price, the buyer's premium, transportation to a yard, haul out for inspection, the marine survey, first year of insurance, and the refit. Fixing the known problems, fixing the surprise problems, and bringing every aged-out system up to a standard you would actually trust offshore. There is no general rule for how much that costs on any specific boat, because every boat is different. The most expensive surprises are the ones inside the engines, behind the panels, and at the seacocks. New owners regularly spend far more reaching the day they actually splash than they planned, and some of them never leave the dock. The defense is the pre-purchase marine survey, completed before you bid or as a bid contingency where the auction allows it. On a 35-foot Sportfisher, that runs somewhere between $800 and $1,500. A surveyor finds the delamination, the corroded seacocks, the water in the stringers, the electrical system that is one spark away from a fire. A boat can start cleanly, run smoothly, look perfect on a sunny preview morning, and still have a 5-figure problem hidden behind an interior panel. Pay for the survey. Every time. The people who win at this do the boring parts. They watch the listings for months before bidding. They inspect in person. They assume dead engines and bid with that assumption priced in. They budget the all-in number, not the hammer price. And they walk away from dozens of boats to find the one where the math actually works. Do that, and a $50,000 Sportfisher isn't a fantasy, it's arithmetic. The boats are sitting in impound yards right now, waiting for the one bidder who actually shows up,